Welcome to the Family First Retirement Podcast with George Politarhos. For more information, visit betrayawealth.com. Now, let's get to the show.
Good news from the team at the Betraya Wealth Group. The website has been fully revamped. It looks sharp.
I am so happy. You always think of something and think it's going to be great, and then you see it and it's wow, and it came out to be a wow. It really did. You get to see our TV segments that have aired. You get to see the podcast, the radio show. I think more importantly, you get to see the team behind everything. Obviously, you see me on there. You see Angie. You see Jared, Achilles. You see Mark Owens. That we have that little blocked out little fog to keep your eyes from burning, folks. And you get a chance really to understand what we do, the why into why we do what we do here at Betraya Wealth. People always say, come see me because I can help you do this. And that's great. And we can do the same thing. We're going to help you be in a better place for tomorrow. But I think it's important for people to understand why we do what we do. It talks about our why. It's kind of like I've said, the why you retire. When you talk about retirement, you have to have that reason, something to look forward to in retirement, right? Leslie retired, my wife, and she found her Debbie. Her Debbie is going out and riding, horseback riding. And I hear about Debbie more than I hear about Archer. Or maybe you have to find your get up and go, your golf swing. You have to get into the motion about why. For us, the why we do what we do every day, helping people be in a better place, is really important. My why for what I do, Mark, at Betraya Wealth, is that my parents made bad choices in life. They had a terrible time. We had a great childhood, happy memories, but things aren't always really good financially. And when things went bad for my parents, went really bad. And maybe if someone had taken some time to talk with my mom and my dad, things wouldn't have been as bad for my parents, and we would not have contributed and taken care of our parents so much. And we don't regret that at all, because that's what being a family is about. You help each other up. You grab them by the bootstraps, you pick them up. But you'll hear the whys on our website. Go to Betraya Wealth, P-A-T-R-I-A wealth.com, and get a chance to see the whole team and hear about our whys. See what we can do to help you and to make sure that your retirement doesn't go the way my parents went. You know, this is not a DIY. This is not something you go on the Google, because we all know Google is right about everything.
100%.
You go on Google and you just, this is how I do it. No, you don't, because people don't have the right information, and they get to that retirement time because they think it just happens. It's like magic. The day comes, you walk away and everything's good and it's all roses. And then they can't live life. They can't enjoy retirement. They're worried about spending. They're worried about doing things. They're worried about how we're going to survive. When you work with me and my team at Betraya Wealth, we're going to get that gray out of retirement and make it black and white. Give me a call, 302-330-2166, and let's talk about what you want to do in retirement. Maybe you're already there. Is it working for you? We'll go through that with you and help you be in the right place, because you get to retire once, Mark. Let's do it right the first time. I know when you play golf, you use a whole couple sleeves of mulligans because you don't do real well. This is not mulligan season for retirement. Let us help you be in the right place.
I played in a charity golf tournament last weekend. My legs, and my calves, and my knees were all scratched up. I'm like, what happened? Very quickly realized it was from being in the woods trying to find my golf balls and walking through the briar patch. So 302-330-2166. Or again, as George just mentioned, betrayawealth.com, P-A-T-R-I-A wealth.com. Other than being able to meet the team and put some faces to the voices that you hear every weekend, the homepage very easy to navigate from the team at the Betraya Wealth Group. And most importantly, from the homepage, send the team a quick note, schedule that initial no cost, no obligation consultation to sit down with George and just ask, how can you help me find my why? Help me find my Debbie in retirement. betrayawealth.com, P-A-T-R-I-A wealth.com. And you know, George, 46% of American retirees have a problem. And this comes from the Alliance of Lifetime Income. They found out that Americans suffer from Spendophobia, the fear of spending money. I want you to hear this clip from retirement blogger Fritz Gilbert, and this is from Morningstar.
in retirement, you're finally at the stage where you're free to do these things with your life, and you don't want to be constrained by that old frugalistic mentality. So it's a big transition. I would say it probably took me about 5 years. And the hack that I use, I set up automatic paychecks, basically. It comes out of a money market fund. I set it up every year end. I go through the numbers again. I restock this cash bucket, and I just set up a paycheck based on my safe withdrawal rate. I know I'm good to spend it.
So as we're talking this weekend, George, about finding your why in retirement, do you find out that some people, they can't find their why because they're terrified to open up the checkbook to dip into their savings account?
Absolutely. It's different. It's different the way you go. It's the muscle memory because you're used to getting paid every other week. And now you're getting a check once a month or twice a month from 2 different sources or 3 different sources. And you're scared to death to have that. But I think that goes a lot to misinformation. And not educate as in, going to school and things like that. Educate into retirement about, having that plan. When we do the Family First Retirement Plan, Mark, we lay it out for you. We show which bucket we're pulling from, where the money's coming from, what we're going to have to spend after taxes, just like you have today. Because when you're working, you have money you're spending after taxes. And what we get to do. We often talk that your spending habits change in retirement. Because you did all the things you should be doing when you're working. You paid off your bills. You paid off your mortgage. You worked hard. You saved. You didn't do without. You went without things to get to this stage. And now your spending changes because you're going to start doing things you never had the time to do. Or it was on your bucket list, but you couldn't execute it. Such as taking those trips around the world. Or now traveling to see the children who may have moved away. What the heck do I want to retire for if I can't live? So when we meet with you, we're going to look at that. We're going to show where we're at, where we want to be, and how we're going to fund our lifestyle. I think once you get the gray out of it, once you take the confusion out of it, the not knowing out of it, and make it black and white, it makes it easier to start spending that money. Maybe in our case, maybe when one spouse is still working and one's retired, and you come home and there's a thank you card for Amazon saying thank you again for shopping. I kind of wonder about that at times. We all do. But it's about getting in the right place. You have to be cautious about what you're going to spend, but you need to live. And I also think sometimes people say, do I need to get another job? I don't know if you need to get another job if we do it the right way, but maybe you want to get something else to do. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's volunteerism, which I don't think we do enough of personally, giving back. But let's find what makes you happy. Because, folks, all I really care about is that you're able to do what you want to, when you want to, and you're happy with what you're doing. Call me at 302-330-2166. Let's talk about what you're trying to do, where you want to go, and to make sure we get to where we want to be. But it's really important. Last week, Mark, we have a lady, and her name is Jennifer. She's over in New Jersey, heard the radio show. And she's coming over, and she's a widow. 72% of all women are going to be either widowed, singled, or divorced in retirement. And she has these monies, and she doesn't know what to do. And she's scared to do anything. So we sit there and we work with her to make sure she understands what to do. She can spend money. How are you going to spend it? And we gave her a budget to work with. That's what this is about, making sure you're in the right place and you know how to go forward. Once again, 302-330-2166, or better yet, stop by our office at 501 Silverside Road in Wilmington, Suite 31. Just come on in. Let's sit down, have a conversation. Let's have a good cup of coffee, and let's see what we can do to help you be in a better place.
You mentioned, George, about this time of the year, about if the Amazon truck pulls up or you get the thank you note from Amazon. I think that once we hit December, I think it should be a hard, fast rule that anytime you see Amazon, FedEx, UPS or USPS, they get treated like ambulances. Like you see them coming, we all pull over and we let them go by.
I have to be honest with you, Mark. I still like to go to stores. I have really long arms. I have a 38 sleeve, which is a kind of long arm, and I can't find clothes. I know you have like a 3? I go and I like to feel things. I like to touch things. I like to see. I'm just goofy about stuff. But this Amazon makes it really convenient.
I know, right?
And I sit there, and it's like, you had those drunken dial phone calls when you were younger, folks. You had a little too much to drink. I really miss you, John, or Sue. What did I do wrong? This is that new version of that stuff. Oh God, I need a toy, and you get a new XYZ.
Drunk Amazon shopping.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. I went and looked at our cart. We obviously have a shared Amazon account in the house, and I'm not lying, George. There was almost $1,200 worth of just stuff.
Just push the button.
Just stuff. And I'm like, what is all this? And of course, just waiting.
Gretchen's giving you a wish list.
Oh, this is like a reverse psychology thing. She's very subtle hinting.
She's playing with you. You're just a toy.
But you're right about the shopping, though. I'm a big wompy size. Like, imagine a box and stick a thumb out of the top of it. That's what I look like.
And folks, he's not kidding. He truly looks like a thumb. Oh my God.
Box with a thumb coming in. Now imagine shopping for that. Amazon.
You know what the problem is? And here's some personal information.
All right, whatever.
I'm not enormous. I'm 6'1", and a half. I have a 21-inch neck.
A whole lot of neck.
I have a big shoulders. I have long arms. And I'm a chunky guy. I'm not obese.
Right.
But you get the shirts that fit your neck.
Yeah.
And your sleeves. And it's like an 8X.
Yes.
It goes down to and it's extra tall, so it goes down to my ankles.
Yes.
So I got to be careful what I get to be comfortable. And it dry, And
we're the last of a dying breed that actually want to go try on the shirt at the store. I'm the exact same way.
I go shopping and it's crowded. And I get in a foul mood.
I hate
I'm like,
people.
why are all these people here?
Doesn't Costco still do like the 7 to 8 on the weekends or like senior citizen hours? Can't they do like the introvert hours?
I thought you were going to call me senior citizen. I'm like, Mark, you son of a gun.
No, this is for the people
Absolutely.
like, don't leave me alone. Don't offer me any samples. I'm just coming in here to shop. And if I need your help, I'll call you.
I have a list. And I write it on a piece of paper, not on my phone.
Yeah.
So I write on a piece. Yeah, just please, let me just go and get my stuff.
Just leave me alone. I did the same thing.
Hi, how are you?
I had to buy a shirt for a charity event, and I had to I hate wearing ties. I hate wearing ties. Listen, I've worked in radio and worked in sports my whole life, so I don't have to get dressed up. But the same thing, because of my big-ass neck, I had to get like a 3 or 4X just to fit my neck. And then it looks like I get done with the shirt. It's like a boat cover. Am I this big, fat guy? The diet starts, in February, not anytime soon. We're in the holidays now.
Wait a minute. It starts on January 12th. That's when people usually cancel their New Year's resolutions, I think.
No, it really is. I think you're right. And I think it's like the second week in February.
Yes.
Yeah, is when everybody falls apart. I got to get through football season. Like, to me, it's when college football is over, and then probably, a week or so after the Super Bowl, that's when I'm all dialed in. All right, it's time to get ready for summer. I don't get ready for summer.
It's not.
It's not ready.
Summer's every day.
Thank you. I'm living my best life. We have just gone off the rails this weekend here on Family First. But see, okay, this is a prime example of what happens if you sit down with George Politarhos. Like he said earlier in the show, come in and sit down with me and have a cup of coffee. You may have questions about your financial future, spending money in retirement. Will I have enough income in retirement? But then you'll veer off into buying shirts that are big enough to cover your car. How does that happen?
But you know what, Mark? I truly believe when you talk to people and you feel comfortable, it just goes the way it goes.
Yeah. Part of the family.
It's part of the family. And I strive to treat everyone that comes in the doors and that we speak to like part of my family because you're important. And you need to have someone be that brutally honest with you, good or bad.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. And
now, George will never.
I'm not going to change that, be honest with you.
He'll never judge your neck size, but he will be brutally honest about your portfolio. And that's what he's here to do. And sometimes the conversations will not be comfortable. I was talking to, you had an event we came to see you a couple of months ago. It was a golf tournament was what it was.
Golf tournament.
And I was talking to.
Vets for Vets.
Yeah. And it'll be back again next year. Can't wait for that. But I was talking to, one of the guys that you've been working with for 100 years. And he point blank said, yeah, George can be a big a-hole sometimes. And he's like, and sometimes it upsets me. He's still been part of your family for how long now? You still work with him on a weekly basis.
But you know what? It's kind of like when you're a parent. And your kids think you're an idiot because you don't, they say, well, I really tried hard and I got a C. I'm like, well, C's not, if you tried 100% and you got a C, I'm good with it. Yeah. You didn't try hard. You're not good at everything you do. Your friends lied to you.
Yeah.
The people that are trying to impress you lied to you, saying, oh my God, you did great, bud. Don't worry about it. Your parents are the idiots that you may want to call. I can use a different word, but we're on the radio. I want to get banned. That sit there and say, I don't care. I'm not your friend. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the hard, honest truth. Whether you like it or not, I always love you. And that's what we do with our members that come in, the family members that come in to Betrayal Wealth. I'm not going to sit here and say, gosh, you're doing great. You're in a fan, and you're not. Because, A, you leave and something occurs like, why didn't you tell me the truth? We're adults. I'm going to be honest with you and show you the gaps and pitfalls. And on the other side, when it's great, I'm going to say, listen, God bless you. You did a great job. I wouldn't change a darn thing. But you need to know the truth about this. And it's not coming from a place of judgmental or going to the principal's office, getting your hand smacked. It's never that way. It's because I don't want you to be like Angelo and Betty Politarhos, my mom and my dad. Maybe if someone had spoken to them, they would not have been in the position they were in. And that's how my family members are treated when they come to Betrayal Wealth. Call us at 302-330-2166. Let's talk about it. Let's see where you're at. Let's make sure what you have and you think you have, good or bad, is good or bad. If it's bad, you think it's bad. And that's a lot of times, Mark, people are nervous to come in. They're nervous to get another opinion because they're scared at what someone's going to say to them.
Right.
My job is if we have a problem, we're going to see how we're going to fix it. Let's not be reactive. Let's take advantage of the opportunities we have. Give us a call at 302-330-2166, and let's see how we can work to be in a better place. And if we're in a good place, how are we going to continue to go there?
That's right.
You know, we always speak about how you go from a wealth accumulation stage when you're working to wealth management stage when you retire. So you did a great job building this mound of peanuts for the squirrel, right? He's getting a huge mound of nuts for the winter. How's those nuts going to last the next 30 years? That's where we're going to come in and help you and understand that process and take the right steps so that we don't have to worry about running out of money. We don't have to worry about being fearful about going and buying that new toy or going on that nice vacation.
Or hitting purchase on that Amazon card.
Purchase. I may call Gretchen and give her, just touch it, say yes.
Shut your mouth. By the way, the guy that called George a big a-hole and said, man, he ticks me off sometimes. Yeah, maybe so, but he would not have been at that golf tournament. He wouldn't there be supporting you and supporting the community as well if you'd not helped him out.
I know exactly what you're talking about, too. So I knew who you were playing with. So, yeah.
302-330-2166. And we say it every weekend here on Family First Retirement. And it's not meant to sound like a cliche. Maybe it does, but you do become part of the family. And these are the conversations that you're going to have with George and the team. You're not just a number where you call an 800 number and sit on hold for 15 minutes to have a 5-minute conversation. You can go and hang out with George and the team. Get more, PetraiaWealth.com, Patria Wealth.com. You know, speaking of 2026, the Motley Fool found that 69% of Americans will make a financial New Year's resolution. And somebody's listening this weekend, they're going, you know, George, 2026, that's going to be the year I finally see that financial advisor. What's the first thing that they should do is they get prepared for bettering themselves, either through the end of this year or going into the next year?
Well, obviously, the first thing is to pick up the phone and make an appointment. Call us. You don't just start on January 1st saying it changes. You need to plan to get that process started. So give us a call, 302-330-2166. We'll make time to get you in, to start getting the planning process ready. I know when I start, I want to be running full speed because I want to maximize my opportunities. We're going to get there. And if you've never seen a financial advisor before, let's sit down, and it's very simple. When you work with me and my team here at Betrayal Wealth, it's coming in and having a conversation. And almost, and let's be real, almost an interview process.
Yeah.
It's like for a new job. You may come in and say, that guy George is the biggest whatever. I don't want to work with him. Yeah. And that's great. But you took the first step. Or maybe you come in and we're not a good fit for you. Maybe just we don't click. But we're going to make sure you get the right information, get you started. And we're going to sit there and get you lined up. And I can guarantee you're not going to not like being with us. You're going to say, why haven't I done this earlier? Because that's what this is about. Maybe you've saved a lot just doing it by yourself. Could you imagine what would have happened if you had someone helping you build that and maintain that? There's an article in Money Magazine, I guess about 3 months ago, that people's portfolios are substantially larger when they work with financial professionals. Reason being, this is all we do all day long.
Yeah.
You're sitting there, Mark, and folks out there driving, I got to worry about going to work. I have to worry about taking care of my spouse. I got to worry about juggling the kids. I got to make sure I'm there for the grandchildren. I got to make sure the bills are paid. You have 15, 20 hats on your head every day. Our job at Betrayal Wealth is to have one hat, making sure that our family members are lined up correctly, making sure they're able to do what they want to. And really, I think one of the more important things we do is making sure that if something happens to you, that your family's okay.
That's right.
I think that's imperatively important. Making sure your money goes where it's supposed to go, your spouse is taken care of, because they're not going to think right. We know this, but we're going to make sure we get you lined up to be in the right place.
You just said something interesting right there. You said putting a plan together isn't something that should happen on January 1st. So with that being said, you do still have time. Before the end of this year, we know things are about to get really crazy, but even for that initial conversation, a sit down, look in your eyes, shake your hand, be like, all right, George, what can we do? What can I do? How can you help me better myself moving forward? You still have time for those conversations before the end of this year.
We're going to make time for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll make time for you because you're important. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, Mark. I know about myself. I have a honey-do list, and it's really hard to get going. But once I get going, it's easy to go bang this list out.
Yep.
You know, Leslie may sit there and say, or we sit together. Please don't take that out of context. We put this together, this list of things that has to be done in the house.
Clipping that, sitting in that.
Yeah. And I'll sit there and say, okay, I'll start tomorrow. I'm going to sit down right now. I'll start tomorrow. It can wait till Thursday. It can wait till next week. And once I start, I get number one done. So, all right, what's next? And you bang them out really quickly. I feel better because I'm not looking over my shoulder and saying, if I sit down, am I going to get yelled at right now? Yep. It's getting that. But once you get going, folks, it's contagious.
Yeah.
It's addicting. It really is. And whether you're a 45-year-old couple that have never really had anyone sit down and go over everything with you, or you're that 70-year-old couple who says, you know, I have a tax problem coming up. I need a strategy to get out of this situation in 3 years. The time is now to pick up the phone and call, and let's see where we can go. Making sure it'll keep more of our money in our pocket that is legally and morally acceptable than passing those on in tax dollars by having the right strategy in place. Help us. 302-330-2166 or go to Portray Wealth, P-A-T-R-I-A wealth.com, and let's schedule that no-cost, no-obligation meeting.
Insurance and annuities offered through George Politarhos, Delaware Insurance License Number 1373121. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties.